Everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, ranking more Metallica songs. We're here with the fourth album, Metallica's Injustice for All, of course, released in 1988. The first album not to feature Cliff Burton on bass. Of course, Jason Newsted is now here playing bass. You can hardly hear it, but that's a whole nother discussion. I've created a playlist of all the videos I've done so far in terms of ranking Metallica albums. So far, of course, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets. Make sure you guys check out that playlist at the top of the description. And as before, as I've said before in the previous videos, I'm going through, of course, all the songs in track list order, and I'll be ranking them based on solely the song itself. Not so much about live performances or whatever. It really boils down to the structure of the song and how much I like the song or dislike the song. So we're going to dive in and we're going to go through Injustice for All, a crazy, hectic album that really, they were pushing their limits on this record. They were really pushing themselves in terms of song structures, adding so much craziness into their music, and now we're here talking about it. So let's dive in. Of course, we have Blacken to open up the album, and honestly, I really enjoy this track. I really do, but I don't love it. So we're going with A for Blacken. I think it's a great opener, for sure, and I think it's a good indication of where the rest of the album is going to go. Obviously, there are songs that are more complex and crazier than this, but it's a great opener and very reminiscent, of course, of like Battery, which opens up Master Puppets 2 years prior. I think Blacken is a great opener for sure, and a crazy riff. And I love that main riff written by Jason Newsted, which is really cool. I really wish we could hear his bass, really, but you can hear now later on in like remixes and stuff like that. But at the time, you couldn't really hear his performance of writing the own riff that he actually wrote, so on the original production. So there we go, Blacken. Injustice for All, another decent track. It's pretty solid. I'm probably gonna shock some people. I'm going B. Like, I think it's a decent track, and if I heard it live, I'd go crazy and lose my mind, as I always do at Metallica shows, regardless of how I feel about songs. So there are definitely some songs that I enjoy, but I don't necessarily love them. And in this case, I like Injustice for All. It's a really good track, but I don't love it, and I think it's way too long. It is too long. I remember at one point when they were performing it live, and like I said, live performances don't really matter too much, but this pretty much goes to show how they were kind of regretting the process of this a little bit, because they performed Injustice for All back at some time, like 1989, I think maybe 1990, but like it was the last time they performed that song back in the late 80s, early 90s, around that time, and they came off stage and someone in the band said, we're never playing that fucking song again because it's too damn long, and the crowd was just kind of losing interest over time. So it took them a long time to actually pull the song back out and play it live, like years and years and years. I think it was 2007 they finally performed it again live. So yeah, it's too long. It's a good song. It's too long, in my opinion, but it's got some pretty good riffs. Eye of the Beholder, a very underrated track, performed live, thankfully, back in the time when the album, because I think it was a single back then, surprisingly enough. I like this song. I really do. But I'm going to go in the B category as well for Eye of the Beholder. I think it's underappreciated. The fact that Metallica has performed it live again is really unfortunate. But I really dig the song. I love the intro, love the opening. It's simple. I've actually learned to play it on guitar. It's one of the few things I can actually play on guitar from Metallica, and I feel confident because it's a very simplistic riff at the start of the song. It is kind of jarring in terms of its like time signatures and the patterns of the riffs, but I really do appreciate that song, and I wish more people would listen to this song that actually are Metallica fans, because people, I think, seem to overlook Eye of the Beholder, in my opinion. 1, S tier, no question. This is easily their best ballad besides Fade to Black. I think Fade to Black is their best ballad overall, but one is iconic for a lot of reasons. Of course, the machine gun double bass kick, the amazingly beautiful intro, and the iconic music video itself. But like the structure of this song and the response it gets when they play it live, and just how great the song really resonates to a lot of people, and how like just eerie it is. It's a very well made track. It is so good, and it is easily one of the best songs they've written during this era in terms of like the 80s era of Metallica. It's definitely one of the best they've written, and the back half is just chaotic and just insane. The solo from Kirk is just fantastic. The tapping at the start of it when we get to that fast freaking pace solo, it's so well done, and there's not really much more you can say because everyone's pretty much said it about one already. It is a masterpiece. It is so freaking good. The Shortest Straw, another song that is appreciated by fans, but I don't think as much. But I'm going with A for The Shortest Straw as right now. This may change when we get to the end. I've never actually changed any yet that I can remember off this rundown we've been doing for Metallica albums. But stick with A for right now for Shortest Straw. It is a very good track. I love the opening. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It's such a strange intro, but it really gets you prepared for a really cool riff. I love the middle section as well, and it's a very fast paced and very catchy track. I really enjoy the riffs on that, and I love James's vocals as well in it. It's really well done. It's a pretty damn good song. Shortest Straw definitely needs to get more attention for sure. And I think when people talk about Injustice for All, the album, I feel like the Shortest Straw is on like the back half in terms of like people like discussing like Justice for All. What songs stand out to you? People go, one, Dyer's Eve, Blacken. And eventually you might get to Shortest Straw, maybe, because the next song up I think gets more attention. It's Harvester of Sorrow, not Harvester of Sorrows, but Harvester of Sorrow, and I feel like that gets more attention. And we're going with A as well. Maybe move up to S, maybe. I'm not sure yet as of right now, but I'm going to stick with A for right now. Harvester of Sorrow is a song that I'm really glad that Metallica embraced more and more for their live performances, because it's a really catchy and really interesting track. I love the slower pace of it, because when you look at the rest of these songs here, one is a slower paced ballad type track, like, of course, like I said, Fade to Black and Welcome Home. But when you look at like Blacken, The Shortest Straw, and Justice for All, which is on the slower pace, but how the length of that song is, Eye of the Beholder. Harvester of Sorrow is a slower pace, kind of like heavy hitting riff track, versus like Shortest Straw is like that faster riff, and it's like keep up. It's pretty quick. Harvester of Sorrow, dun 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 dun. Simple riff, but it's really catchy and heavy hitting, and it gets the crowd going when they perform it live. And I really dig just like how the song progresses getting to that first verse. I just love how the riff builds up over time, and I love the solo and everything, and then how they jump back into the verse. I just love that. Oh, I just love that. Really good. So Harvest of Sorrow for me is a really catchy track. I sometimes forget how good that song is until I actually go back and listen. I'm like, oh yeah, that song does kick ass. It does. The Frayed Ends of Sanity, a song that has been ignored for quite some time and was finally performed live for the first time in 2014. I've grown to love the song more and more over time. We're going S tier. To me, this is a song that I'm just blown away by in terms of some of the riffs. I love how the main riff is on the simpler side. It's really catchy though. But that middle riff, that middle section, I still don't understand how they play it. I still don't understand how it's played. But it is so damn good. It's heavy and it's fast paced, and it's hard not to headbang to it. And then of course I love the drum kind of like transition that Lars does to get into that riff. Really cool shit. And I love Kirk's solo as well. And I just love the just intensity of the vocals too, and especially the chorus. I just love that as well. Like everything about the song freaking just crushes it, nails it for sure. The Frayed Ends of Sanity, no question, has to be an S tier. It is a phenomenal, fantastic track. Can't get enough of it. I wish they would give it more appreciation and love, but of course they're getting older now, so it's kind of hard because it's a very complex song to play live. But wish they'd give it more attention because it's such a good song. To Live Is to Die. This is where my bias has to come in 100%. S tier, no question. To me, it's my favorite Metallica song ever written. Yes, maybe it's a little too long, but my bias just keeps it up there for me because it's a tribute to Cliff. It has, I think, easily the most beautiful melody, the most beautiful kind of riff, if you will, in terms of the not distorted, but the actual clean riff in the middle. Even the leads leading into it. It's so simple, but when that part kicks in, after we've had about 4-ish minutes of just some heavy hitting riffs and pretty decent stuff, and then that middle section comes in where you have those beautiful harmonizing guitar parts from Kirk and James, and then you dive into that beautiful riff that is the, of course, infamous clean riff. It's the most beautiful piece of music I think Metallica's ever written. Like, to me, it can't be. It has not been beaten. I don't think it ever would be beaten. It is a section of music when those guitar harmonies kick in and then to get into that clean riff and then getting to the solo from James. It's never going to be beaten by them in terms of clean riffs, harmonizing sections. It just won't. It's just too good. And I love that the song exists and they wrote it for Cliff, and I'm glad that they did it because it really shows their emotion in it. And I think James's guitar solo in it is the best solo he's ever done. People, of course, say, well, nothing else matters. It's a great solo. But his solo in the middle section, To Live Is To Die, when that building up to it, it's so good. But when that solo kicks in, it is simple in terms of, it's not shreddy, it's not crazy. I've learned how to play it. It is very emotional, and it is impactful, and it is a fantastic section and a fantastic song. My favorite song of all time, like I said. No question, To Live Is To Die has to be S tier. And we're ending off with another banger, fucking Dyer's Eve, S tier. This is a monster of a track, and it's crazy that we have To Live Is To Die, this tribute to Cliff, and then we dive into I don't know if it's like the fastest Metallica song, but in terms of like the main riff itself and the double bass work from Lars throughout this entire track, and the crazy insane solo from Kirk, and the really deep and very impactful lyrics from James, and how he's screaming some of this shit on the song, it's an insane way to end the album. There's no other way you could have ended the album, in my opinion. It had to be Dyer's Eve, because they're going the kind of pattern of Master of Puppets. You had Battery to open it, and you had Damage Inc., not Dyer's, Damage Inc. to close it. You had Blacken open this, and you had Dyer's Eve to close it. It made total sense, right? Because they're trying to up the ante for Master of Puppets, and with the emotional weight of Cliff's death and everything on them as well, and then bringing in a new guy to the band, Jason, which they wiped out his bass from the damn record, all of that. Of course you end with Dyer's Eve. It makes total sense. They could have easily went the route of, if they were maybe not angry but just really sad and depressed, which is on this record at points, but if they were more in that realm versus the anger, which a lot of them were more angry, especially James and Lars to an extent, but James was really fucking angry, like, I think To Live Is To Die could have been an album closer, kind of like how Ride the Lightning had Call of Cthulhu to end. But when you see some of that anger and some of the other way that these songs have been written comparatively to like past records, it makes total sense why Dyer's Eve, this monster heavy fucking fast-paced track, has to close the record. It has to. So I think we're good here. I think this makes total sense to me. Well, let's go through it. Let's double check. 1 in S tier, Freight Into Sanity, To Live Is To Die, and Dyer's Eve. Makes 100% sense to me. A tier, Blacken, The Shorter Straw, and Harvester of Sorrow, not Sorrows as it's listed here. B tier, Justice for All, and Eye of the Beholder. I think that fits for me. I don't think I would move anything specifically. I'm trying to think. I think I'll leave it there. Now, if I rank this maybe like 5 or 6 months down the road, who knows? This might be a little bit different. Who knows, right? Because these songs always come and go from my repertoire in terms of things I'm listening to. So it may be like literally a few months down the road, I re-listen to this album for a couple times, and then I do like a video like this again if I hypothetically did it. Maybe Blacken goes in S tier, or maybe Freight Into Sanity maybe goes down to A tier. Like, who knows? Like, it's all subjective, and it does fluctuate a little bit, but I'm sticking with this for right now. This is where I'm landing for Injustice for all the songs. So where do you guys rank the Injustice for All tracks? Where do you rank them compared to me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next with the Black Album, which will be a lot longer of a list to go through, but we'll get through it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.